Evan Chandler initially got angry because when it was confirmed that Michael was innocent and not guilty of all charges, that initially broke Michael's heart. And it all had to do with not only just money, they was jealous, and the rest of the money had to come from payments from Sony because Sony Music was robbing him blind too because they was also working for Tome Tome, and so the money that Michael was supposed to get from the tours, they got from the lawyers and gave it from Tome Tome because he was his financial advisor. But little known fact that Tome Tome was robbing Michael and his estate blind because he was a scam artist. He was greedy. And when they found out that he was innocent of the molestation charge and the civil suit charge, and that it was proven that Michael was a free man, people hated it. They tried to put that stigma on him saying he was a child molester when his heart wasn't like that. He was molested himself. Why would he do that? He was abused himself. Why would he do that? And it's the typical abusers abuse people. And usually in that case, that does happen. But not in Michael's case because Michael's was very scared to do that to another child and to even think about that because that's not what his heart is. And speaking on that, I'll talk about that in a later episode about the Wade, Robson, and James incident again as a revisit. So stay tuned for that. And so Michael even said in the unreleased intro to Dangerous on how he was abused. And when I first heard it for the first time as a revisit for this episode, I cried. It hurt because it made me understand why Michael was so kind and so loving and wanted to be a helping hand and a humanitarian. Michael was already kind as it was. But he was a kind soul because growing up the way he grew up, he didn't want nobody else to experience that pain. And if you gotta understand his character, watch all the interviews. Watch all the unreleased stuff that they don't want you to see when they have it on YouTube. And to back up to what I'm saying, look at the unreleased real documentary to Neverland called Neverland, the first real look and investigation. Look at it and you'll understand it, and it'll say everything that I just confirmed to you in this video. I'm not just saying this because I'm a fan of Michael. I'm saying this because Michael was innocent. Michael is not a monster. The only people were monsters are James Safechuck, Wade Robson, and anybody that abuses children. or anybody that's abusive. Oh, and I know what that's like myself because Donatello did it to me when I was 11 years old. And not only that, I was bullied by members of the LGBT community. And they did some things to me that I'll talk about later on. But, like, when somebody goes through that, usually they wouldn't do that to others. Like, when somebody is abused, bullied, or beaten up, they have severe PTSD. And every time I see a bisexual or a lesbian, no offense to the ones I know, I'm not including you, I'm absolving you. But what I'm saying is, usually when I see a bisexual or a lesbian, I get severe PTSD because I was bullied and abused. And I have nothing against the LGBT community. I never did. They have a problem with me because I don't want to become bi or lesbo or gay. Like, I'm not gonna, sell out just for a community or for clout. I don't hate the LGBT community. The fact that they're going through what they're going through, I have empathy for that. The hate that they receive should not be received. And it is really a restriction. And it's not really cool. And that's not canon. And y'all know how I feel about things that aren't canon. Bullies are not canon. Bullies are not canon because they are immature clowns. And they don't have any right to judge anyone. And that is not right. And for those who are showing hate towards the LGBT community, get out of my sight before I personally end you. But I digress. We all need to connect and come together, not disconnect and be emotionally distant and divided. And now's not the time to be disconnected. And it's really not cool to be trying to control someone. And religion should not matter. And the reason why I say that is not just because I believe in what I believe in,